Ho and welcome back to another episode of the Sketchy Contract story playthrough. So, next we go to Sector 0, and as you see on Burger Buff on the lower left corner next to my live, we already recorded this directly after the last episode, which was a little bit short. So yeah, let's see if today our areas will be a little bit more thankful and not full of boombots like in the last episode. And yeah, story will be interesting for the subject 0 stuff. And let's see if we can figure out what's up with all this stuff. And we'll play a little bit more lore this time again, due to us not have that much of a stress to worry about dying and stuff. So we can chill a little bit more here than in the last episode. And yeah, we just collect everything as usual, play our code. We'll also do maybe tier 3 to see about this, because I by now really just want to finish the story here and don't think that we need much more quota during this playthrough. Should be possible to do it, at least from my understanding. Hey there. With just a little bit more. And yeah. We do in fact, there's a code, nice. We do in fact need a little bit more burger stuff though. Because I really would like to be a little bit more prepared with the burger stuff for what is upcoming in the finale of the story. CA6. Maybe we will do also a little bit of a speed run here. No CA6? A6. See there? I think if we can do a deal over here. If we will do the code on the very first day, then and only then I will do the finale directly after this. After this planet in the same video. Otherwise I would chill just a little bit more to get a little bit more preparation. I really want to do also another black market for the better boombox. And maybe get here and there another percentage bonus from the burger shop. There's a teleporter, which is really, really nice. Okay, we did the most crates over here already. So only 2 more upstairs. Oh, hi there. And then down here, a few more. Also in between the, because I was a little bit sad over the outcome of the story before the Darkwood episode, right? In between the Port Glacial and Darkwood, I also talked to Halo, the dev of the game, about the intention of the story and the sketchy AI, and I was complaining a little bit of if it only is a game, according to the story, that we really miss out on a little bit of purpose by doing all this. And why does Sketchy do all this game stuff? Is there a reason for it? And I will explain it in the end of the story, so this is just a little bit of teaser. But with this explanation, I'm a little bit more happy about the story and the outcome. But yeah. You will see it here, so stay tuned. I also said that there's a little bit of a lag on the environmental, or not lag on the environmental storytelling, instead of there's mainly environmental storytelling and lack of clearancy in why all these fabrics and purposes of all these facilities and stuff. But Halo pointed out that here Sketchy Contract mainly is a gameplay focused game experience, which I totally agree with. So he felt a little bit, for him it felt a little bit wrong to push it now with the final release and the story into a story game, right? So I totally get what he meant with this, and I agree also in large portions. But I really would wish to be there a little bit more detailed explanations, right? Like all these mystery entries, for example, where, for example, here it's very, very detailed background, and then, for example, we do have for the Store Druid and other things, mainly something like documentation classified or subject 6 documentation classified as background, which is a hint itself, but what's going on here and there, and that there are experiments and stuff, but it still feels kind of wrong to me, because how do I explain that? Because I was so hyped when I first heard that we get lore and a story on planets, because I thought that things like these would be explained in the documents on the story, right? And it was just a mismatch of expectations, which isn't anyone's fault, but I guess this is just the reason for it. And I personally think just wished a little bit more for the details there, but I also said to Halo, maybe that's just because I'm a sucker for lore, as someone who also do pen paper and stuff, and really, really like world building and all these things. So, yeah. Okay. Nevertheless, we... Oh, burn! Fire, little greed! Nevertheless, sorry there. We do already have, I see it there, the memory core, which means that we will head on to the finale in this part. Subject 0. Subject 0. Begin fragmented memory 10. So that's it. These memory fragments, they aren't ancient. They are current. They hold my memories. They log bits and pieces of the things I've done both prior to and while inside the simulation. I've done this before. The worst part, I don't even know how many times. I said yes, didn't I? To Sketchy's game, to the simulated reality that I've been experiencing every day. And when I failed the contract, I was reset to beginning like a robot. That's why nothing makes sense. That's why everything is so random. The mimics, flamingo sticks, space cats, everything. And the smiles, they are all sketchy, waiting, watching, to see if I will piece it all together, to see if I will escape, to see if I will realize that all this time I am subject 0, the first and last subject, and fragmented memory 10. I would rather state the first and current subject, right? So, yeah. I really... I can explain here a little bit more, I guess. So, what I just teased there was basically this memory entrance that Sketchy is testing us with the simulation, kind of. And I will go on there a bit more in the end, but you can also already have it in your memory that Sketchy is testing us with all these things, right? He's testing, waiting and watching and see if we can figure it out. What? Basically the simulation. So, what is the simulation? Why do Sketchy do the simulation? And this is the last question we have to answer, because we are the test subject of this simulation. So the simulation basically is an experiment on us. An repeated experiment, basically. And yeah, let's figure out what's going on here, right? We do have days left though, so I will stop by at any planet if we have the given chance on having a black market, because I really would like to do so. And we also basically are a little bit underleveled, as our cap would be 60. We don't have a black market here, so I will reroll the Crota by just giving, turning in Crotas, right, early to stack up credits. So this I would cut out, so see you then when we do have the black market, right? Okay, so welcome back there. We do have a black market on Port... what was it? Ragnar? Saharas? We do have a black market on Port Saharas, so we will go in there and, yeah, I guess, try our best to... We do have a little... Also, I do have a burger and stuff. We will try to buy a good setup for what we're doing. I can't really say if we will get it in the first try, due to us being so underleveled, right? You know, our level is cap would be 60, and we only have 53, so with 7 more levels, which isn't too bad, but can really make the difference here. We really want a boombox and a pulse rifle supreme here, and we can buy one more thing, so we will go for a second ultimate boombox. And we will buy a medical gem. We should have enough for our quota. Yeah, so we don't have to worry really about this. But we want a medgen here. And then I guess we are good to go for the story finale. So we can give it a shot. Heading on to Sector Null, or the Null Sector. I'm hyped, man. That's cool. Cool finale. Alright, so Sector Null, no conditions, which is most ideal for us. And let's see what we do have here. We have to also land, we just reached orbit. Primarily research facility of Sketchy. Here it is. Okay, so we will really want to take those two things. We can also have this one. Sure, why not? Better than nothing. And then we put in a medgen. And there it is. The Cosmic Cube. You can fly around here and play normally the level. So, for example, there are thingies, you know, and then you can go over there, and then you can go over there, which are also really, really cool, really cool areas where a little bit more environmental things are explained, but we want to go to the main frame thing, which is over here, and there you can see it. We do have many clones of a simulation. We want to do a setup here, so I want to do one box here, so I don't have to carry them, and one box here, so I don't have to carry them. And I guess I put one, I guess mainly over here would be nice. Could be nice, I have to see. And then we start the flush DNS. So we are here. So it says, head the sector to the null sector and enter the mainframe and successfully flush Sketchy's darknet system, the DNS, which interestingly is the German translation for DNA. I don't know if it is intended, because null also is also null is 0 in German, but yeah. DNS, like, interesting, cool.
Welcome, subject.
Maybe it's a
Your request
coincidence.
has been accepted. Please stand by for extermination. Death will result in termination of the flesh.
Oh shit. Here it goes. So, we do have Sketchy over here. We have a real boss fight, which is really cool. And we need these healing stations, right? Where we can come back to heal. We do have lasers to dodge. So also the coffee do here very much for our, yeah, for our stamina management. And just having this little bit of extra distance is very nice in this fight. So usually I'm a complete shotgun main and play everything with shotgun. But you can play this fight with a shotgun, but I think it's so much more easy with a complete ranged weapon. You can play it also in melee, but just having this extra this little bit of extra, yeah, range to dodge more and do more damage easily is so nice. Oh jeez. This could be our death there. But seem to be okay. You really have to go into the rhythm there. And then it's fine. Where's any spot here? That was so close, holy shit. But we did it first try. Nice. Okay, we did it first try. Hell yeah. And we do get the story fragment over here. Gets up simulation. A sketched up simulation. Begin fragmented memory 11. An artificial voice created by Sketchy speaks. Simulation complete. Yet you have successfully recovered your memories. Your consciousness has been re-established with your physical body. While your memories will no longer be wiped, should you remain in the simulation and fail future contracts, you will, however, be incapable of speaking of anything regarding this simulation and what has happened here to other beings that had not yet discovered this truth for themselves. Should you wish to exit the simulation, simply log out. Your consciousness will be transferred back to a physical body. Once logged out, you may not log back in. Your memory regarding what happened here will be left in the simulation to prevent information reaching the outside world. You will, however, retain a memory of winning some sort of challenge, and for it rewarded greatly. The details will be left out The coordinates will be forgotten. Sketchy appreciates your participation. That's all. Goodbye. End Fragmented Memory 11. And we get there the golden flamingo. And we have here two things, a loot box, a cosmic cube, which will give us some furniture or stuff, and a loot box, which will give us some sketchy substances, which are worth very, very much. So, it was cool. It was a cool second boss fight. It was very close there this 1 second, so that's what I also meant with the extra range there, because you can position a little bit more earlier and still deal damage, right? So if you want to do it yourself, try give it a shot. And while I do bring the sketchy substances back here, I want to talk to you a little bit over the story. Yeah, after all, I think this last bit there is more thank you from the Death Halo to us as players more than anything related to the story, because right, it is kind of a fourth wall break, double fourth wall break, where you can log out, you can go back to your physical body, you complete the game, or you can stay if you want to play. And yeah, I think it is a very, very nice thing, because I also mentioned earlier that in kind of the first episodes, I think, that this story with the we did it all over again hugely goes into the gameplay, right? With we as also the beta players, especially the beta players, which don't have the robot skins, used to don't have the robot skins, and then come back, start a fresh file like for this playthrough, and start with the robot skins, really embraces the story also a little bit, which is a cool detail. And yeah, I really, really like this overarching idea of the story that's sketchy. I can reveal it now. Is AI that do these simulations like for hundreds and thousands of years now to understand human minds and the human being itself. So we really are a test subject for Sketchy to see what we do and what our choices are and how fear works, how emotions work, to put us in these extreme situations, right? To understand what emotions mean and how the human mind deals with these extreme situations, which is a really interesting idea that I think don't really shines to its glory just by the texts and the in-game things, but this is for sure the idea of the dev, because I talked to Halo when I did this on the main file. I can say it now, it's partially pre-recorded to the main file and partially after we beat the story in our main group, and Halo was there when we did it the first time, and I asked him what's all about this. So yeah, he said also that he wanted the story to be mainly focused on a gameplay thing, so just there's also subject 1 and stuff, so just subject 9 is here, more like gameplay focused than, no, the game should be still more gameplay focused than everything else, but I think you did a great job there. I think the story when you played the first time is fun to play. you can still find so many different things in environmental storytelling still. I will do maybe lore videos if you guys are interested, so let me know in the comments or on my Discord or stuff, or in the Sketchy Discord. And yeah, I think it's so cool. It's such a underrated quota game. I really like to play the story with you and show this game to all of you. And I just click here so we don't get the voice there or the message there. But I think this is the perfect screen to just leave you be. It's midnight now, which also is a nice detail, and we don't have midnight here in orbit where is a starless place, right? And yeah. Oh, interesting. Interesting that the ship is over here. Funny. Well, that's funny. Oh, cool. So it doesn't really vanish, right? Nice thing there, we found out. And yeah, thanks for watching. It was an honor to show you this game. And see you in another Sketchy contract guide or on another project. Thanks for watching. Wish you a great day, night, or whenever you're watching this. And see you then. Ciao, ciao.